Hey everybody, how you doing? Taking a break, grocery shopping with my mom because I have a hip problem. My hips are quite literally like pancakes, so at some point I'm gonna have to get a new hip. Anyway, that's another story. You know, I followed comments about the Athletics' response to the call for affordable housing, and I continue to shake my head because this is a case of the city staff and the city council not understanding, first of all, the role of subsidies in the creation of affordable housing units, and coupled with their existing rules, which basically they tend to forget the role of when they're employing tax increment financing, all right? And this also goes to the comment the mayor made during the press conference I highlighted earlier this week, where she said that redevelopment's new and they're using new tools, and basically they don't understand what they're doing because it's new to them. It's not new to me or anybody that's done tax increment financing for decades. Because when you do tax increment financing, there's a different set of rules of engagement that go on between developers and taxing agencies in the city and the county, all right? And so here's the problem. In post-redevelopment Oakland, the mayor, in this case Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf, has been in love with impact fees. And I kept saying early on, you know, instead of it using impact fees, why not use SB 628 Beal and its low-income housing component? And look, it has some rules that you can sort of, if you look at the case law, which is light, you can actually carve out a great deal of affordable housing and get back to where we were. Fell on deaf ears. I have yelled about this for years. In fact, one of the few people that actually listened to me about using redevelopment or tax increment financing, not redevelopment, because we killed the law, which is another statement, okay? But one of the few people who actually listened to me about it was actually Ace President Dave Cavall when we first met at his press conference, and then Miguel, his assistant, arranged our conference call for April 4th of 2017 because we wanted to talk with him about the stadium and how to properly finance it and all that stuff. It wasn't an interview, okay? And no, I wasn't seeking him as a client either. I purely wanted somebody to listen regarding how to properly do a public-private development in Oakland like we used to. And it still is the example in many parts of the country, right? So I'm the person that came up with using what they now call the what was called then Enhanced Infrastructure Finance District approach, which, by the way, isn't the only way you can use tax increment financing, all right? But that's another story. And I said to Dave, and I actually presented a spreadsheet saying, hey, look, you can carve out $85 million for affordable housing. And my thought was, all right, you have the housing that's a market rate, but you use the subsidy to make X number of units affordable. In other words, you're actually subsidizing the developer, in this case the Athletics, whoever they partner with, to actually lower the rents so that become truly affordable. That's the idea. That's the way we've done it in the past. So what's happened now is every developer has to pay an impact fee. But guess what? That was invented in the post-tax increment financing world. In other words, you don't have tax increment financing to employ, so instead, they want the impact fees from the developer. Impact fees are not new. They were done in the case of San Francisco as well. I'll be right back.